Welcome, everyone. I'm Amy Seeley, president of Seeley Test Pros and Leap, helping students to succeed in all kinds of tests from 8th grade to grad school throughout Ohio.
And I'm Mike Bergen, president of Chariot Learning, helping students with tests, school, and life based out of Rochester, New York.
Between the two of us today, we have over 60 years of experience at the highest levels of the test preparation and supplemental education industries.
We both love to talk and learn about the latest issues in education, testing, and admissions. So let's get down to tests and the rest. The awesome sponsor we want to spotlight today is VEGA AI. Let's meet our special guests, Payush Kumar and Kushal Sinha. We're thrilled to be speaking with you, gentlemen. Welcome.
Thanks, guys, having us here.
So please tell us, what is the story behind VEGA AI?
Yeah, so we started as a SAT test prep company where we were teaching the kids, and we built the tool that is known as VEGA AI as our internal testing engine. So we realized that gamification helps in engagement, and we built this gamified tool that takes knowledge graph of a kid, okay, and build cool analytics, and we're using for internally. Back then, it was pen and paper version of SAT.
How long ago was back then?
Back then, before College Board announced SAT going digital. So we started
Previous
this company in later 2020. So we built this tool for, like, we broke down the passage, the longer passage, if you remember the old SAT,
Yes.
into smaller chunks of passages, and so that it is quick to practice. And thanks to our luck, that College Board announced SAT going digital, and that too changing the format of long format passage to shorter format. So we had to tweak a little bit, but back then the so-called competitors back then reached out to us for our technology. Kushal and I, we discussed that, what shall we do? Shall we close our service arm? Shall we pivot? We thought a couple of months, and luckily we pivoted. So back then the competitors became our customers. And yeah, that's the story behind VEGA AI.
Okay, so I just want to say, I didn't realize when we started this conversation that you started as SAT, ACT prep professionals. Now we're really talking. That's
Right.
Yeah, no, actually, that was the origin story. It was just by luck. We really never thought that the whole format will change, but we thought like that's a better way to engage students.
you built the tool, and
And
the
we built
tool
the
was so
tool.
good that it was its own business. That's
Yeah, and yeah, certainly, like, I mean, we were actually, I want to say at this point, like, we were one of the first ones to have even a tech version or like a practice apart from Blue Book that was available early on. And, like a lot of early clients who knew, I mean, they were just like, can we use it? And like, yeah, maybe, why not? I mean,
So we could say that you were visionary, right? In the sense of already being on a
I
platform,
would say luck.
well, you never know. But I will say that is what's kind of interesting, right? When the shift was happening from paper to digital, that is when anything that was already available digitally becomes hugely valuable, because you had the platform to be able to pivot to the new, at least, format of the test, if not the modality.
See, the bigger reason why we were building even the digital product, because we were really wanting to capture the knowledge curve or knowledge graph. And we thought like just knowing accuracy is not enough. We need to understand how much time they're taking, where they're struggling. Like, we actually started even training, like kind of giving some sort of soft score, like how much time this question should take, and
Right.
like see how much time they are taking. So, that was not possible on a pen and paper. So that was why we started building this internal tool. And I mean, yeah, and because our thought process was like, to really get good at these tests, you need to have accuracy, then you need to master speed as well, or there has to be a strategy, and these two are like very key components. And like pen and paper was missing one very important component. So that's the push towards for us to kind of build it internally. And like, yeah, like I think the whole thing shifted around us. So it's just we got lucky, and and that was just,
Well, I will say,
maybe.
both Mike and I have been in the test prep industry for well over 30 years. And I do remember when it went from paper to digital, the early conversations about monitoring time per question. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't really think that was a big deal. And of
Yes.
course, now well into preparing students on this new digital adaptive format. I mean, I just got off this with a session with a student where it's like, he's not finishing. And we are wondering, how much time are you taking on your questions? And so, of course, now that is actually an amazing feature that you're exactly right, that you do not get from just working on paper and pencil.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah. And I'll add, you say you were lucky, but what do we say in our industry? Luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Opportunity. Mhm. Yep.
So, how does Vega AI work? I think you've already described some components of it, at least from its initial architecture. How does Vega AI work today?
So, I mean, so the core was always assessment, and we really, as Piyush kind of talked about, like we really wanted to kind of understand where the students are, and like kind of give also have a more engaging platform. So assessment is still like the way you think of it, like uh, as every question in our platform has a lot of metadata, and as kids are like taking these tests which AI is building adaptively for them, we are like tracking their knowledge graph in a way and kind of giving them a soft something which we call mastery score. And that's basically in a way is a very composite score. It's how their accuracy is working, what was the difficulty of the problem they tackled, their speed, their consistency on accuracy and speed. So it's taking a lot of different factors and building this mastery curve continuously. And obviously, as we build the whole AI tutor platform, the AI also has this knowledge of their mastery. So AI can tweak its language, how it's explaining the concepts to them, to kind of build a study plan, help them resolve their doubts. So all these things is actually is happening. The bigger thought process was that can we make these tests not like as a knowledge checkpoint, but as a guiding tool for educators to teach better, to focus their energy better. And that was kind of like how still the most of the system work. And then Vega at this point, I think, has become much bigger. The Vega stands for Virtual Entity for Guidance and Assistance. So,
Ah, okay. I didn't know
so,
that.
so the idea is to, it will be a guiding tool for kids, but an assistant tool for the teachers. And that's the guiding principle. So we have built a lot of technologies to kind of, help you scale your content, build new courses, build new questions type, and kind of build new practice tests much faster. And you can argue you can go to ChatGPT and do the same, but the beauty here is that the assessment engine, so you can give this test and learn how much they have mastered the concept and get like recommendations from the system.
Yeah, I would never argue that real educators should just go to ChatGPT and make up questions. We all know it's a
Yes.
little tougher than that.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
not my first thought, let's just say. Well, so tell us a little bit about like who currently is using Vega AI.
So our current client base is mainly test prep companies, creators, schools, and recently we onboarded Imperial College London and few other universities as our early pilot program. And our long-term goal is anywhere where learning is happening, we can be used. So Vega can help you build anything, deploy anything at ease, and then you can analyze and personalize at scale.
So basically, you created a tool that any educator should be able to use to enhance
Yeah.
their programs.
Yeah.
That's exactly correct, Mike. I mean, that's the thought process. So in our mind, SAT was a good starting point because we could really see whether or not learning improvement was happening or not, because
Hmm.
the score was a analytical score, and like there was a third party which was giving like, so we were giving a soft score, but then we can match up with how they're performing in an actual college board test and whether or not they're improving. And over the years, we have seen kids going from like literally 1130 to 15 plus 1500 plus in matter of months on our platform. And a lot of our customers have also said this. And like, we did our own internal benchmark. So we have seen that this system is working. So starting like last year, December, we started to roll out for folks to build their own courses because we definitely might not be experts on everything and anything. And we have clients from South Korea to Middle East to Southeast Asia to even a lot in US. So and people have started building all sorts of things like O level, A level, TMUA exams,
Wow.
like
Mhm.
ACTs, all the APs, like and like and the same engine is powering all these different courses at this point. And then I had a bunch of friends from my PhD time, who are now professors, and then I was like, hey, you want to use it? And so, they are at Imperial. It's funny because they're saying like, oh, a lot of incoming school students have like really like low math skills, so they are taking corrective math courses. So that's what we are trying to help them build, to see if this incoming class they can see who's mastering, who's lagging, where they need to focus, so that at least the STEM students are at the same level as they go deeper into their own programs. And that's going to be a fantastic it's a test case, but yeah, we'll see where it goes.
So you've really branched out from standardized tests to more generalized applications of instruction.
That's correct, and that's the bigger goal. That our As I said, like we wanted to build assessment layer that can help people learn faster. And from that point onward, we wanted to be an assistant to a teacher. So like we have added all the different engine, because for APs, we had to build a grading engine because they have free response questions. So we even added technologies where students can like literally take a picture of all the math equations and everything, and our AI will still grade it based on the rubrics. So all that engine can really it scales really nicely to wherever and anywhere like learning is happening.
So if I can understand correctly, one of your clients wanted to create an AP course, and you guys went ahead and built a grading engine to support that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's quite something.
So it sounds like you're very responsive to what academic tutoring companies need to be able to like provide a variety of services, academic services to their clients.
Yeah, I mean, as Piyush said like before, like we have been building really just listening to our customer. That has been the mantra, that has been the focus. We are not doing anything else, just talking to our customer, building what they want, and kind of building where they want to go, because I think that's the right way to kind of grow a company, just listening and building. And as they want to scale, as they want to offer more and more courses, and as they want to add more and more features, we just are there to just do that with them.
Yep. And before this podcast, I was meeting a client from New York. Uh, she was building a teacher training program and assessment program using AI. She wants to coach teachers using our software. Now that's fantastic because the industry literally has a supply problem. And if
Right.
something that can solve these things at scale, we are privileged to be a part of this solution and to the industry, right?
That's exciting, right? And then, of course, you can facilitate the creation of future potential clients.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good business model.
I
Yep.
know that's not where your mind went, Piyush, but I'm just
No,
saying
that's
that.
exactly.
So, what else? Like, what is one final thing that someone curious about Vega AI should know?
I think the bigger thought process as we are building, like we started out with test prep, but the biggest thing is we always admired what Duolingo has built in a way, like not going too far, but we always thought like, the technologies to track a student, like, like learn their knowledge graph was always there. Like Meta was using it to build your social graph. Google was doing it to do it your search graph and personalizing anything and everything. But I think apart from Duolingo, nobody came closer to build something similar for students or in education tech. and they were way ahead, but they've only focused on language learning. And the core engine or the core thought behind Vega is, can we generalize this engine? And as we generalize, can we give the power to educators back where they can build their own version of Duolingo in a way? So we were very happy when somebody was able to build their own ACT or their own AP calculus and kind of have the same gamification engine running, or the same, like, like analytics engine, the same recommendation, the study plans, everything. So it just gave us joy that, people can go and do that. So I feel like I love Duolingo, but I don't like that they don't tell us what AI is learning about us. So that's one layer that we opened up for educators to see what our AI is also learning about these students. We gave them the power to build any new course, which you cannot do at this point. And then we also added a support engine, like, the grading and all that. So these are few things that I really feel education really needs at this point, particularly at this point in technology where AI is really going to change how we learn and, what we do. Like, I feel like a lot of even universities need to really revamp their courses on what they are teaching or how they're teaching, because we are going to go into an era where we will be using these tools as our sidekick. So being part of that journey is what excites us, and, like, that really is where we want to be at. So I would say it's a tool which can really, like, not just use assessment, but build also a guidance tool for everybody across all the space where learning is happening.
Fantastic. I think that we could talk about Vega AI all day. Unfortunately, we are out of time. Piyush, Kushal, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
If listeners would like to learn more about Vega AI, how should they do that?
Yep, they can either visit our website, www.myvega.ai, and book a demo with us, or they can directly email me at piyush@myvega.ai, and I'll be happy to meet them.
Awesome. We hope you enjoyed this discussion as much as we did. Be sure to join us for another fascinating topic and guest on the next Tests and the Rest.
Did you enjoy this episode as much as we did? Find expanded links and more for this and all of our episodes at our show page at testsandtherest.com. While you're there, be sure to explore everything the larger TestBright site has to offer, including real, expert, unbiased answers to the toughest admissions testing questions. Of course, we'd love for you to rate, review, and subscribe to Tests and the Rest on your favorite podcast platform. If there's a topic or guest you'd like us to feature, just let us know and spread the word.